That's fair, that's fair. Anyways, welcome into the build stream, everybody. Welcome in, Master Killer, ChiliCon1, welcome in, welcome in!
Hey, hey, hey!
We're back with 2 fantastic builds.
Yes, we are.
And yeah, we're gonna be kicking the cool jams for you all day. I don't know why it became a radio station. Happy Wednesday indeed. Indeed, Rooney. Oh man, I got no plans this upcoming weekend.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, man, that means I'm gonna be buying some stuff for the guard. I could go paintballing, or I could just not do that.
Are you still sore?
A little bit.
Really?
Actually, not anymore.
Oh, come on. I was gonna say, bro.
What's up, Soul Sniper? Way too early. Yeah, we've been starting at 12 recently because we had like stacked days, but we only have 2 today, so we're starting a little later.
Yeah.
Kelsey giving earthquakes to San Diego. Hey, I used to be from San Diego, and maybe that's why it hit, because I left. Nah. It was funny, because we got the text message up here, and I was in the bathroom, which is the worst place to be when you get one of those kinds of text messages, but I was like, is it happening? And then, like, nothing really happened, but my friends in San Diego were like, whoa, did you feel that? Hi, thanks for joining the PC that I'm typing this on. Oh, you're very welcome!
Glad to hear it.
I'm glad it got, I'm glad it got to you in one piece. I'm very sad I couldn't say it right. Woo!
Nice, nice.
But happy for you, it's treating you well? That's excellent. How you guys been? We're good, Soul Sniper.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you had a good weekend then, if you went paintballing.
Dude, I did so much this week. I did like 2 weekends worth of things.
Dang. What did I do this weekend? Oh, yeah, I went to like a nice, a thing for a friend.
What, a party?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was like a cool cover band there that was actually really good. You know how sometimes it's a live band, you're like, eh. No, they were actually really, really good.
What were they covering?
I was having fun. Like all the hits.
Oh,
but like actually the good hits, like the good rock and roll hits, like
what era? You gotta be more
everything,
specific.
everything. They did like Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
They did that one Red Hot Chili Peppers song that makes everyone crazy. They did just freaking everything, man. They did Zombie by the Cranberries, like that was good.
You mean by Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, the psychic damage I took from that.
No, dude.
That sentence stunk. I was like, ugh, bruh.
Okay.
Not in the house.
Let me double it up. People will say they like classic rock, and they'll be like, yeah, like Blink-182.
That is like so weird because I don't really consider them rock, much as classic. But all right.
Yeah, it's just classic. It's just old now.
Oh, you're sick, Soul Sniper. I'm so sorry.
Thanks, I already hear that.
You're doing all right though. Thanks for me your first 5090 earlier this year. Love my new system. You're very welcome, John. Yeah, that was really cool. The first one.
Yeah, dude. But so on Saturday, me and the editor Andrew went paintballing because everybody else freaking bailed, and we were too late to call it. So it's just me and him. It was cool though. It was fun. We got owned by kids like 5 or 6 times.
Bro, they cheated.
Bro, the way the round would end and then like 5 kids would come out of the woodwork, like where the hell were you guys hiding? It was fun though, except when they got shot in the face.
Oof, yeah, ow, no.
It didn't hurt, but being the vain person that I am, I was like, is that my face, Andy?
Did you get my hair?
Did you get, yeah, dude.
Dude, I got shot 3 times.
Dude, you guys actually, does your head actually hurt?
Oh,
Actually,
gosh.
no.
No? Okay.
Surprisingly, it doesn't hurt. But the one that got my arm hurts like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it still hurts. It's melted.
That's okay, Soul Sniper. You have some good rest. You feel better. We'll probably be back on Friday or next Wednesday at least, so don't worry.
Take some rest.
You can always watch the VOD.
Yeah, that's true. We got friendly fire like twice. Both of us once. I mean,
Yeah,
it kind of was. But overall, it was cool. It was fun. We'll We'll have to definitely do it again, and we'll try to get Kelsey out there.
Oh gosh. I don't like pain. I actually love
It's not
the
painful.
opposite
It
of
really
pain.
isn't that painful.
It's not painful.
To you, I'm made of like a very, very fine fuzz and nothing else. Like, I don't know.
Dude, Andy got shot in the head twice, and you still alive?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about not being alive. I'm worried about being alive in pain. That's like my biggest fear.
No, but yeah, I think like 5 times I was like, Andy, is there pain in my hair? Like throughout the day. Throughout the day.
We use the really. We shoot with the smallest pixels.
Yeah, they're little. Next time, I'm definitely taking those like full face cover mat, the shiesties.
Oh, you gonna get those?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Stuff?
Huh?
Do you keep your hair clean?
Exactly.
ASMR building stream for home day. Yeah, the ASMR is a very weird variety though.
Something.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, dude, Saturday, and then I went to 2 birthday parties consecutively.
Dang, like
Yeah,
a
it's
Got a
sitcom.
social life.
Are you putting on like
Only
one
this
outfit than the other?
Changing, yeah, no, coming back.
And you accidentally have the hat from the other one on, and they're
Yeah.
like, "What's that?" And you're like, "Oh no."
Yeah, it's random, because I've been just resting these weeks, but suddenly I'm out and about. I need like
That's fun.
2 weekends of rest now.
Nah, I feel that. Yeah, it was nice doing a social thing.
Right? It's nice to get out.
Yeah. And then Sunday was my birthday, so I was just like in the house avoiding Coachella traffic. But I set up a little fire in my backyard, and that was like very vibes. But then I was using like pellets, and so it was out in like 40 minutes, and I was like, well, that was 40 minutes of a vibe, I guess.
Did you eat anything cool?
Yeah, I got Italian food, and I realized, no, dude, it's horrible. I realized
Oh.
it was a good amount of food, and it wasn't bad, but I've gotten to the point where I think my cooking is better.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh no.
Okay. Alright.
Because Italian used to be like my go-to food for like, oh, someone else is paying? Nice. But no, I've gotten too good at Italian foods. I gotta find another food that I can't make to eat.
Alright. Talk your shit.
Oh, I will. I make a better eggplant parm, what can I say? What's up, Rurutu?
Yo.
Yeah, something about the rattle cases and one's laugh juxtaposed with your verbal text sheets is calming. Exactly.
Man, on Sunday, I went and my friend and I debadged our Tesla and replaced it with a Cadillac logo. I don't know if you've seen it. I posted
That's
it
pretty funny.
on cars on the Slack.
Well, did I ever tell you about the Honda Camry I saw once?
Wow.
We were like, what's this car? And then it was like Honda, and it said Camry, and we were like, wait, a Honda Camry? And then we were like, we're trying to figure out, like, well, did they put the Camry on there, or did they put the Honda logo on there? Like, what's the... Yeah. I think those things are funny. It's just a little silly.
Yeah, I feel that.
Is Juan paying for food? Nah. He doesn't have to pay for food. You wanna know why?
I wasn't there.
My garden, that's true. My garden is overflowing with greens. Not really anything else yet, but
Oh no, the pizza plant hasn't come in yet.
no, not yet. Or the
burger
no.
bush is.
I've been making like veggie wraps to take, and it's literally just like mayonnaise, mustard, cheese, but like, you know, a fair amount of cheese in there. And then I just do like an entire brick of like smushed lettuce greens that I have, like kale, romaine, arugula, and then I just kind of tightly wrap it, and I eat that for lunch. I'm basically like a rabbit with hands. Really? It was a Volkswagen? That'd be funny, yeah. Hello, Roy Guy, how you doing? He wants the AC
come on.
turned on.
I wasn't saying this. I was saying this.
Oh.
Thank you,
Just
editor.
say it.
I don't want to say it, but
You're really. Oh.
I like how I'm not even facing you and you still knew like the signal better.
Is that even trying to work?
Was it working?
Yeah, right. Midstream.
You know those girls with fans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, in college I took an entire class on Victorian era because like you do a lot of Victorian era plays and junk, but like I had to learn so much about the Victorians, and like for courting, you know what they would do is they would commission an incredibly tiny painting the size of like your palm to give to you and be like, call me.
Wow. of what?
No, the painting is of you.
Oh.
Like, that's your calling card. Just being like, here you go. You can feel free to put that by your bedside.
Alright.
Yeah. One day that fact will come in handy.
Yeah, will it?
I'm good enjoying my flowers. By smoke. I mean, you know, that's a way. Yeah. Although, dude, I'm so freaking excited. This week, I go to this bar in town to do bar trivia. I don't like drinking, so I kind of just go there for the trivia. And we got a really good trivia team. We almost got first place.
Nice.
This week. One of the questions, because they had like a whole section on Thomas Jefferson, because he and I share a birthday. It's kind of weird. He's the only other famous person. The only other. Oh wow, look at me. He's the only famous person who shares my birthday. But they were asking like, what college did he go to, and like, one of the most random niche freaking things. It had nothing to do with Thomas Jefferson. I just knew what one of the oldest schools in like the country was, and I pulled that name out of my ass. It was the College of William and Mary, and I was the only one in that bar who got that answer right.
Dang.
That's right.
But you guys didn't win?
No, the bar top one. Hello, Silent Butter. How are you?
Hey.
Food and trivia. Yeah, that's the main thing. Is I go and get food from the food truck. But I'm there for the trivia. Every once in a while, I've got the very niche answer. It's also kind of funny because a lot of people come for the trivia, and then as soon as it's done, everybody leaves.
Oh, wow.
Like, just there for the trivia. I used to love trivia till my memory went bad. Now it's just frustrating. Just always almost knowing the answer. I feel that, yeah.
Oh, that's painful.
My problem is, I don't know if it's like my memory's gotten foggier or like, my problem is confidence. So like, oftentimes I'll have the right answer, but then I'm like, I don't know, put that one as a low, like, because we can distribute where the points go in like a certain section. I just have like zero confidence in my answers. Even that one, I almost was like, no, put something else that nobody else had an idea for. One of these days, I'll trust in my ability. What's up, Ant-Man? How you doing?
Yo.
But yeah, it's always really frustrating too when like, you know the answer, but you can't think of it. Doing alright, replace the PSU and still crashes, then GPU still crashes. So mobile, NVMe, or CPU, yeah, dang. Have you tried like a fresh Windows install too? I think you have, I don't know. I think I remember talking about that last time. Good and yell? That case is huge, yeah. We used to build a lot more of these. I mean, it's kind of nice seeing it back.
Right?
It's a classic, it's a staple.
It is a classic. Alright, so I was planning paintballing in like about 2 months ish, give or take. When the fellas come back from Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound?
No.
Why?
No.
You'll have a whole team.
You guys never want to go to the botanical garden. That's why.
You never.
You probably would. You probably would.
I like how even Andy has been silent the whole time.
What do you mean? Plants are cool.
Oh, but when I want to go hike the Pacific Crest Trail.
Okay.
You guys are.
You never invite us.
That's a joke, because the Pacific Crest Trail goes all the way from Mexico to Canada.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, you said you were free on Saturday.
Yeah, but you heard it here first, Handy.
Yeah.
I got 3 bodies so far.
After GPU replaced, was stable for a week or so, but eventually crashed. Dang. Yeah, it's gotta be something else in the system then.
Hey, We'll see. Are you still busy?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. What about you?
For but I don't know. I don't own it.
I'll buy it for you. Happy birthday.
No.
It's $10.
Nobody can buy me anything.
Oh my
This is the rules of Kelsey.
It's $10.
I have to sideswipe any chance of anyone ever pulling something on me of being like, oh, but I got you. So no.
Okay, well, buy it then.
No. Also that.
Oh my god.
Have either of you tried the new RuneScape game? It's Valheim asking. No, there's a new RuneScape game?
Yeah, I didn't even know there was.
Is it like the old one, but they've kind of like spruced it up again? Or is it like they've made RuneScape but over in like all new graphics? I played some RuneScape back in the day. I didn't really know what I was doing, but people would give me free things, and that was nice. I needed the help. And you know what I played even more than RuneScape? This is really weird, but do you guys remember like the very strange era of like browser-based games? And like Flash games obviously, but like there was one that was like Adventure Quest or something? Dragons or whatever? And it was like literally like kind of like a click adventure, turn-based battles and such. And I used to play the crap out of that. And it was like you just went to a website. I was a dragon slayer.
Dang. Bring back Flash game.
For real.
Without the exploits.
Yeah. It's like RuneScape, but with survival crafting. Oh. Interesting. Level up skills still by actions. Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. I'll have to look into it. Oh, Killer, I'm so sorry. You barely missed him, too. Homie's sick, though.
You guys see the new Last of Us?
I did yesterday. I got his comment. You're awesome, and hope you had a wonderful day.
Yeah.
I don't want anything in return. You guys are awesome. Yeah, don't worry.
They're taking it slow, right?
I'm here for any of your questions. And I kind of wish it. Well, that's what I kind of wish it had happened the first episode, just to be like, because I got a sister who doesn't know anything about the games, and I'm just like,
Just for her, just to get back at her.
yeah.
Ooh, okay. I haven't seen it, but I saw that they didn't make Abby buff.
Yeah, honestly,
I think that was
a fail. I don't know. I think buff women are incredibly interesting to look at.
exactly.
So, yeah.
She got that Kelsey physique. No offense, Kelsey.
Yeah, no, for real. I am like a bag full of water.
I didn't say all that, but
Maybe pudding if I'm like being kind to myself. Yeah, no, there's no muscle here. It's all just flesh, fat, and bone. Nothing else. But yeah, no, I thought it was a good episode. Although it's so funny because like when they go into the grocery store or whatever, I was like, this is such a video game, which like it is. It's literally a video game adapted to the screen. But like you've fallen into the lower basement and like all the doors are padlocked. Like video game, you know, to the point where it was almost annoying. Like okay, I need the little objective thing to like pop up in the corner, you know. Like, search for a way out, or like wait until Dina comes and unlocks the door while you're like fighting off, you know, zombies. Video games. Fuzzy bag full of water just trying to survive. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm like if a squirrel was a person.
oh my god.
W videos, thank you so much. I'm like the Flash, always late. I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess if you were really, really fast, you probably would end up being late to everything, because you're like, oh no, I got time. And like, anyone who tells themselves, no, I still got time, is always gonna be late.
Damn it.
What? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, hit dog holler? Oh, sorry.
Hit dog. Yeah. I'd be right up until the last second. Last minute. Hey, I was here with 1 minute to spare.
So sometimes when we take the dog on a walk, sometimes when he's about to go outside, he picks up one of his toys, like he's gonna take it out there to play, which is weird, because like, when you're outside, you're on a leash, buddy, like, you know, we're taking you on a walk. we were like pulling out of the driveway yesterday, and I just look at my front yard, and there's just this like banana toy out on the front, and I was just like, what's the dog's toy doing on the front yard? And I was like, oh, I didn't see that he took it. And I was like, you didn't? Like, you didn't see when he took it, or dropped it, or came back into the house. The dog is so cute. Like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom. I better take a toy with me. Yeah. Dude, he's getting like better about being shaved. Like he really hates his face getting shaved.
Oh.
But I've been able to like kind of through a combination of which is my quit doing that now noise, and good. I got him to basically like, cause he'll be like, and then he'll be like, and I'm like, good, yeah, as long as you close your mouth while I do that. Yeah, you got the idea, buddy. So it's like we're working up to it. I was really proud of that.
Nice.
I'm like, man, in a couple of years of doing this, maybe I'll be able to take you to somebody else to do this. He does not like the clippers. He also doesn't like scissors though, so I'm like, pick one, dude. Like, do you not like the noise, or do you not just like something in front of your eyes? Like, your hair needs to be cut.
Dang, does it really grow that fast?
Yeah. Like, faster than any plant I know. Oh, dude, okay. So, it arrived basically in time for my birthday, and I didn't expect that. I got a cool little, like, raised bed herb garden. It's got, like, 4 little pockets. And so I'm doing 8 herbs, basically, just kind of like...
8 herbs and spices?
Yeah. And I was, like, really stoked about it. It's got, like, a little bed? I don't know what the... what's the word? Oh my gosh. Shelf? There's a shelf under it, so I can like put little things under there, you know. For the
Ooh,
yard.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really coming together, man.
Dang.
We're gonna be eating. Like later, June comes around. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be giving stuff away.
Hey.
Yeah, you want some time? Got plenty.
Some time? I could always use some time.
Yeah, don't we all? I don't know if the customer would appreciate that, but okay. Fuzzy bag full of water.
Dude, Andy, you know what I'm still, I think is funny? The dude that you were like, yeah, I take pictures of PCs. He's like, that's a job? Like, bro.
Oh no.
How do you think they end up on listings?
Yeah.
That's like, I know that wasn't the intent, but like almost underhandedly like a backhand, you know? Like,
You think so?
like totally unintentionally, but like, oh, that's a job? Like, put it in a different tone. Oh, that's a job. Okay. Sounds cool. You know what I mean? Like, the tone means everything.
I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, he was
No,
like,
I'm sure he was just like, oh, really? That's a
he was
job.
mind blown by the thought of a photographer for computers.
Products need to be shot. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, dude. And then he was like, oh, this guy builds computers. He's like, oh yeah, I know people do that. Okay, but just not take pictures.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a secondhand shade.
Secondhand shame?
No, like some shade, you know, like.
Oh, some shade.
Oh, well, yeah, I know people do that.
Low key, yeah.
But computer pictures?
I know, man.
Yeah. Just say marketing. Yeah, that's probably the easier way. It's like whenever I explain my job, it just gets more complicated the more I talk about it. Go, I do research and development. And also I'm on social media.
If I don't want to talk, I just say I work at a warehouse. Technically true.
Smart. Since I'm 18 during the finals, I put my hands on my classmate's shoulder and he told me you in the... Oh my gosh. Are you and your classmate very close?
What the?
Dang. That looked heavy. What do you guys think of Echoes of Wisdom? I haven't played it yet. I was really excited for it, but it's one of those things where it's in a backlog now of things I got to get to eventually. Mainly because I still haven't finished Tears of the Kingdom. Also, like, I don't know if it's time for this discussion, but is it Tears of the Kingdom, or have we just been calling it Tears of the Kingdom, and it's Tears of the Kingdom? Because things are tearing in the sky. Thoughts?
I don't know if I've heard it be called Tears anywhere.
I know, everyone's it's Tears of the Kingdom, but then I just was thinking about it one day, and I was like... Tears?
All the announcement videos... Are any of them in English? Like, is there any official Nintendo channel?
I don't know. Well, that's the thing. I started wondering, and then I didn't wonder enough to actually look it up. So you know, yeah. It's like words that are like that, where you can say them two different ways, but they're read the same way.
Yeah.
I was looking at a house, and it was on Windy Road or Windy Road, and I was like, I could never live there because I wouldn't be able to figure out or decide what it was. Like, on Windy Road or on Windy Road, depends on the day. Is it windy? Tears like crying because of the story, so I don't want to spoil. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I hadn't gotten that far into it, so I was like, is it Tears?
Damn, so there's already another one coming?
No.
Oh.
Echoes of Wisdom was the most recent one. I don't know if there's another Zelda in the pipeline. I mean, assumably.
What did you, which one?
Echoes of Wisdom? Tears of the Kingdom?
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom came out a while ago.
Well, yeah, but there's already another one coming?
Echoes of Wisdom. It's not like Breath of the Wild, though, or anything like that. It's, different kind of animation style, and it follows Zelda.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. It was interesting because it really looked like a different kind of gameplay.
So it really is The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, finally. Maybe we'll finally get people to stop being like, oh yeah, Zelda, whenever they talk about Link.
Little green guy, Zelda.
Yeah. We'll head out now, have a good stream and good luck building for a living and reading YouTube and Twitch comments for a living. Thanks, Killer.
Thank you.
See ya. I just
like,
started Breath of the Wild. What?
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say, for a living, it's like 3 hours a week.
Just started Breath of the Wild. If you just started Breath of the Wild, you're in for a treat. It's a really good game. I got way too caught up, though, on random things, like finding the coolest horse. I have a hard time in open world games because I get distracted.
It seems like you do the same thing in that and Red Dead.
Oh, absolutely.
Same activities.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I look for horses. In Red Dead 2, I hunt for birds. In Breath of the Wild, I hung out with birds. It's different. ChatGPT says it's Tears isn't crying, yeah. Okay. I mean, I figured if everyone was saying it one way, it probably was that. Takes like 3 to 5 years to build a AAA game, so there's always something in development. That's true, yeah. Love you. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's true. I feel like obviously for the next Zelda though, they're gonna have to like step away from, you know, the Breath of the Wild engine, and with the Switch too, it's probably gonna be something kind of new. But it'll be interesting to see where they go. You really kind of can't predict with that franchise. And I say that because of Wind Waker, and ever since then, I'm like, no, I'll never put my guard down, thinking I know what, you know, Legend of Zelda's gonna do next. Because that game was such a disappointment until you played it, and then you look back on it, and you're like, dang, that game was actually incredible. But it was just because of the animations of the graphics, you know, that had me being like, I was cheated out of the cool next generation graphics of a Zelda game after Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. But here comes Toon Link with incredible boat gameplay to prove me wrong, slowly. Why haven't people modded Link into Resident Evil game? I don't know. I feel like modders work along, like, around the clock to make sure that random characters are in games they shouldn't be. It's pretty fun. Yeah, Skyward Sword was the floppiest and too gimmicky. I never know what they're up to. Yeah, I was so excited for Skyward Sword, but I had a hard time making the bird fly. Which, like, are you kidding me? They had me. Like, it's a Zelda game, and I have a big bird that I can fly. Like, done. Like, here's my money. But yeah, I should probably get the one that when they ported it to Switch. I probably enjoy that a lot more. Finally play that one. I heard that was also the only one where it actually made it seem like there was like romance between Link and Zelda. Like, legitimately. Hard to compete with Majora's Mask though, true. For a game made out of just like recycled assets, that game was hard. Like, in a like, yo, it's going hard, but also like in a genuinely, that game was hard. I used to spend so much time though in that game doing the most random junk. I used to go to the dog races with the, you know, the Mask of Truth, and you hold the dogs up, and they're like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm gonna win today. Never bet on the purple one.
Races.
He never won. He never wins. If the golden one was feeling good that day, you always bet on the golden one. It was really, really actually a very easy game to rig. And I also used to just become a Zora and then go swim in the ocean, because like you could breach like a dolphin, and it was awesome. Although the underwater levels scared me. They always did in the Zelda games. No video game water is scarier than Zelda game water, and I'll hold this up against what's that one? Subnautica. Hey, what's up, John?
Yo.
What kind of cake are you gonna buy for Easter? That's a good question. The cake I had most recently was pretty disappointing.
Oh, what'd you get?
It was like vanilla on vanilla.
Oh.
I realized, I was like, it's hard to find a good cake in my town. Huh. Yeah. I had to go to the World of Walls to get one.
The World of Walls.
Yeah. And they didn't have any options. And I was like, dang, does nobody have, like, celebrations around here? But for Easter, honestly, I don't know. I feel like an upside down cake would be really good. Like a pineapple upside down cake. Or like a cherry upside down cake. That's some good stuff. And then chili relleno casserole.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, that was always my Easter food. My mom would make that every Easter. I loved it. And like a ham.
A ham? That's random.
I mean, I have cake, chili relleno casserole, like, something needs to balance out. Ham. A whole ham.
What an interesting mix.
You have to request to get your PC built on here, or
Yes.
is it just a random chance? Yes. So, if you order through our custom builder, there is a free option to have it built live on stream. All you have to do is wait for the build stream. And for like super packs, sometimes it gets kicked back even an extra stream. Right now, though, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that. Right?
But yeah, so through our custom builder, free option to check out.
Mm-hmm.
If you order through our custom builder and it hasn't yet been built, like you just ordered like, you know, an hour ago or something like that, you can also get in touch with customer service and they can put you on the docket. But if it's already built, like, you know, we're not gonna like take it apart and put it back together, you know, like. You'll have to pick no, what is that?
Oh.
Cake? Cake? No, I don't know. Ordered a chocolate cake and a rum cake. Ooh.
Ooh, rum
pig cake. What? I have not. What is that?
No satisfying click.
Alright. Google it, pretty good. It has mandarin oranges in it and Cool Whip. Ooh, that does sound tasty. I do love citrus. Ooh, actually then, I'm also thinking it was like a lemon cake or something.
Ooh.
Right?
Lemon.
Ooh. Hopefully my kumquat will actually give me fruit this year. I'm gonna make some cool stuffs out of kumquats. Hesitating buying a white PC case because of yellowing over time. I wonder, I was like, I wonder if the stuff that they build modern cases out of is a little bit more like resistant to that. But I think it also depends on like your environment. Sometimes it can actually be an advantage to buy an off-white case then, because then you don't notice when it's like, you know, yellowing. ETA on the next build, because I low-key might miss my build. Gotta drive home right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I could both
Like 30 to 40 minutes on the high end.
And that'll probably go for like an hour.
Yeah. You can always catch the VOD though. That's unfortunate.
But yeah, about a half hour from now,
About a
we'll
half
probably
hour.
start on that. Have you guys played Emma Frost and Marvel Rivals yet? No. No, I haven't. I should have checked that out this weekend. I had like a couple hours to play video games this weekend, and for some reason I was like, I guess I'll just play Sims. Like, not anything new at all. Magic is my jam, that's what I'm saying. Magic's fun. What is your favorite PC box you guys have right now?
King 95.
Yeah, that's a really good contender. Fractal Meshify still maybe for me.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what were we building with last week that I was like, I love this case? Oh, you know what? Antec Performance 1.
That's a good one.
Love it, love it.
That's a good one.
Alright, perfect. Just wanted to know. Happy building. Yeah! We'll see you soon. What's the warranties on Skytech PCs? So, it's a year warranty, parts and everything. If you register with us, I think it becomes a 2-year warranty, correct?
Extra year.
Yeah, you get an extra year when you, like, register it. You also get free tech support for life.
For life.
So, like, even when that warranty is done, if you're having problems with your computer, you can still call tech support, and they can walk you through some stuff, see if it's something that you know, you can fix. Or they can help you figure out what it is that's wrong with it, so that you can get, you know, that component or something. Like, let's say it's your GPU starts artifacting. They can help you identify that and kind of point you in the direction of what you might need, which is really helpful. Especially because sometimes, like, Windows will just be like, I've decided I'm gonna blue screen, and it's literally just a Windows issue. Stuff like that can be cleared up pretty easily if you just know what to look for. But yeah, I just wanted to register. When you get your new PC, there will be a little icon on the computer that basically says like register. And there should also be instructions there's like a little folder that comes with it that also has like your QC card and all that. So yeah. If you live outside the USA? Ooh, that's a good question. I know that we sell some PCs through other vendors to like Canada and such.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly not sure if what the warranty situation is with that. Yeah, honestly, not quite sure. I'll have to ask. Sam was a little bit too awkward gameplay-wise, but I see her in every match now, lol, yeah. That was like new character, you're always gonna see. I saw sketchy PC. Hopefully not. Okay, sorry, jumping back over to Twitch. Cause they look up Japanese chicken when gyoza. What? I mean, I do love gyoza. Forgot it was Wednesday. Oh, welcome in, Unique Carnage.
Yo, welcome in.
I mean, Aquaman and nobody wants to team power up on Hulk with me. Oh, rip. Playing Namor should get you trialed for the percent.
Why?
It's OP. What are you, a dive main? What do you think of the black interior with the white case? I think it actually looks pretty good. Most power supplies, especially, have black cables. So even when you get mostly white components, you're still gonna have some black in there. So a bit more never hurt anybody. As a Spider-Man main, I despise the character. Oh yeah, I can see that. That could be a bad matchup. Counter pick when people get too jumpy. Yeah. It's all about the counter picks in those games. If you ever find that you're dying a lot and you don't switch off, I'm just like, you're getting countered. Try something else. What's the requirement to build PCs professionally? Luckily, like, not very much. I was like, you basically just need to know what you're doing when you're building a PC, and that's the main thing, yeah. Because assembling components, putting hardware together, not the most difficult thing once you know what you're doing. I was like, the stuff that usually requires, like, you know, a bit more schooling and stuff like that is, you know, heavy troubleshooting, software, firmware, development, etc. But just building PCs, you can pick it up pretty easy. But if you build a PC and it doesn't turn on, that's where a little bit of education might help. What levels do you guys use on the 7600X model? 7600X is probably on like a B650 board.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like a gigabyte one.
ASUS
sometimes, yeah. But as for like which exact one is going to be on yours, I don't know because we sell so many that it's like
a big variety.
it's like a volumes kind of thing. So it's like, you know, if we have 600 of one board and then like 400 of another, I don't know if you're on the changeover to the new 400 or the old one. If that makes any sense. Is that video dedicated to Battlestar Galactica 1979 look? I don't know.
Oh, on the what the? It's on Minecraft here. What is that?
Do you sometimes build the PCs? I mean, I build PCs in the lab,
Okay.
but I'm not building the PCs that go to people. That's left to someone who does better cable management, like Juan. I build them so I can test, you know, different components. Usually, I'm getting new hardware in to test. I have some basic benchmarks I run different components through. I get data on it. I write a big report nobody reads, and
Some people read it.
No, some people do read it, thankfully. But, you know, I write a big report, disassemble the whole thing, build it up again if I need to. So that's usually the kind of building that I do. I've also built some of the PCs that we've brought to like conventions and such. If you saw any of our stuff at CES, which is probably pretty rare, I don't know if any of our stuff is really out there. I built 6 of the computers that we sent, just because of that. I was like, Kelsey, you're available. Troubleshooter is the fun. That's what I'm saying. I love troubleshooting. Would love to watch you build a PC. Yeah, I mean, the only problem is that if I'm building and talking at the same time, I'll autopilot, which means that you might see me install and uninstall the same fan like 3 times. Because if I'm not paying attention, I'll sometimes just autopilot to, oh, I'm taking this case apart, yeah.
You ever be like, oh, I'm gonna do X or Y on my way home, and then before you realize it, you're already like getting home? Like,
Yes.
I forgot to go to the store.
I carpool with my fiance, and so I'm the second drop off, right? But one time, straight up, like went there, dropped off, and then was leaving, and my brain just defaulted to, yeah, okay, and then you go on the freeway and you go home. I got on the freeway and I was like, wait a minute.
You got on the wrong side? Or
Yeah, because it's like, you know, the way that I go back home is also like, yeah, and then I'm pulling out of this parking lot, and then instead of going right, I turned left, and my brain just was like, we're going home.
That's what you really wanted.
Yeah, for real. Subconsciously, my body was like, go while you can.
Be free.
I think the views would skyrocket if it was me building. I don't know, man. I feel like people get pretty nitpicky about stuff. But yeah, I mean, I could build. I'm not as fast as one, and I don't work with all of the builds that he does every day. He's a lot more familiar with a lot of these cases and the way that they do the cable management. Me, I've met this case. It was before anybody else did, and I worked in it a ton then. I compiled a bunch of notes about it, I wrote it in a report, and then I forgot it. So yeah, that'd be another thing. I'd be kind of just being like, oh, okay, well, what should I do here? And then figuring out, but yeah, I'm a lot slower in that regard. I'm faster though in the lab because I don't care about cable management there. Sometimes I was trying to get like temperature data, so it's like, yeah, okay, smack the back panel on, call it good. I can get a PC running in like 20 minutes, no shame, except for all the shame because it looks bad. You should see I had to like retest that small case, and I was working really hard because I'm really trying to figure out like if I can make this cable management work. And then I had to put the AIO in, and it all just went out the window.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know how the heck to make this work. Hello, I was just curious, seeing y'all work in this industry, and I don't. Do you foresee AMD's 9070 XT dropping back to its original price point anytime soon? Oof. That's, yeah, I was like, that's tough to say. Yeah, I was like, probably not in the next couple weeks, I would say, at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of market forces out of AMD's control.
Yeah, at this point, a lot of it is just in the hands of, like, you know, other people, so they're gonna set the price. It's not great, I'm not gonna lie. But you never know, I mean, like, there's always those chances that somebody hoarded a bunch of them and then suddenly they drop in value, or nobody is in the market for a GPU anymore and then they're stuck with them and they gotta discount them. But it's really hard to predict the future. I've tried. Got my bad on that exit. Child was confiscating my phone. Rip.
What the?
Well, welcome back. What's the best value for the money CPU in your opinion? You know, I'm gonna say 7700 non-X, probably. It's solid, runs really cool, 8 core, ain't mad about it. I just built a PC, but it won't post, and the parts are new, but I don't know why it won't on, and I think it's the MOBO, but I don't know for sure. Can you help me? Yes, okay. So we say it doesn't post. Okay, so it won't turn on at all. We're gonna go through some very basic troubleshooting, which means I'm gonna ask you to look at some things that are probably pretty like no duh, but like humor me on this. Obviously, power into wall jack that you know that works, right? Power supply in the back set to on with the little line. You want it pressed down so that the line is in, not the 0. Press the power button. If nothing happens when you press the power button, and power supply's on the back, what you're gonna do is you're gonna follow the cable that goes from the power button, or just like that I/O, down to the motherboard. You're gonna make sure that the cable that is connected to the power button isn't like loose on there or anything. Don't really touch it or mess with it because that can make it loose, but just like double check that kind of visually. After that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna unplug the header from the power pins. The power pins on basically every like gaming motherboard these days, it looks like a It's like 2, 4, 6, 8,
We appreciate
9? Or is it 7 pins? I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally fine. So basically, the power headers are going to be the it's gonna look like an L, kind of like this. So the last pins are gonna come out here.
A special guest.
The 2 up here will turn it on.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's right there.
Hello.
Sorry.
Oh, hello.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
What are we building?
Lacey from Intel.
Oh, you know, a PC.
Usual.
Yeah, this is from our custom builder. So if people order through our custom builder on our website, there's a free option that they can click to have it built live on stream. That's what we're doing right now. So we're building Carolyn's lovely monster of a PC right now.
I love it.
Yeah, 5090 and everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we go live on Twitch and YouTube currently, and the VOD is available on YouTube forever after. So even if they aren't around for when we do the live stream, they can watch it later. It's very nice.
Very awesome. I love it.
But
Good to see everyone. All right.
Yeah, everybody say bye to our lovely guests. Thank you, thank you.
Bye bye.
All right. Yeah, we got some guests today, folks. Okay, anyways, back to the troubleshooting. Okay. So yeah, so the next thing you're gonna check is you wanna make sure that that button that you're pressing isn't dead. So what you do is you remove those headers off of it. It's that little L block in the corner, and it's the last 2 on the top. So there'll be another like set below it, the last 2 on top. What you can do is you can take that header off of there, or take the cable that goes to the button off that header, and if you can take like a screwdriver or something, or like anything metal, you're gonna touch it to those pins, and see if it goes on. If it goes on, then that just means that the button to your PC is dead, but the PC itself is fine. Let me know if you've gotten that far.
I bet they didn't even see you, Andy. Nice office planning. I see the vision.
It works with a different graphics card, but not my 3070 Ti, but the card is brand new. Huh. Okay. Dang. Okay, so you're basically saying when you put the 3070 Ti, the system doesn't turn on at all, or it turns on and you're not getting a signal. But the lights are on, the fans are running. Because if so, yeah, it could be a different thing. Oh, that was a guess from Intel.
Very unexpected.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Nero? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Carolyn, leave some computing power for the rest of us. That's true. This thing is this thing could probably render your PC. Like. This is going to be amazing indeed. Everything's plugged correctly. I tried an NPSU too, but still won't post. Weird. Okay, there is the slight chance that if it works when you put a different GPU in and it just straight up will not turn on when you put that brand new GPU in, that GPU could be shorting the board. Yeah, actually that's really good advice. Yeah, move it to a different PCIe slot and clear CMOS before you do that. But yeah. Because if your PC goes from totally working to will not even turn on when you've changed one component, And if you've taken that one out and put it back in again, you probably know what you're doing as far as like, you know, installing it. So it's not like you did it wrong. That is very weird. I would think a short. Says the power's on, no video. Oh, okay. Well, then this is what I would do, actually. It is possible that the GPU is, like, the issue, like, just hardware-wise and all that. But, if you can put the old GPU in, I would download the 3070 Ti, or 3070, whatever it is. I would get the graphics drivers for that. Delete the ones that you currently have on there. Get those drivers on first, and then... What?
I was about to recommend the software, and then the name, like, literally exited my brain. DDU, device driver uninstaller,
Yeah.
for the GPU drivers. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I haven't run into an issue that was solved by that in a while, but back when I first started troubleshooting, I had to do that a couple times, where it's like, I had to get the driver on there before I put the GPU, and it was very weird. It's not ever really the case. That is... compatible or not. Yeah, that should totally be compatible. Yeah, no issue there. We planted in my mom's garden this weekend. We have okra, green onions, tomatoes, sweet potatoes, kale, watermelon, lima beans, and some other stuff. Nice! Very exciting. It's really cool once it starts popping up, I'll tell ya. Every day. Well, I wake up in the morning and I check the garden. And then I go home and I check the garden. Like, and you wouldn't believe it, but things do happen between those two checks. Like,
dang.
Yeah. No video, no post, no spin, dots of win, not even bio screen shows. Yeah, that's what I'm at, yeah. Who needs vid? Just connect to the motherboard to your brain. You'll see everything at a higher FPS than any GPU. Right before you die. Try better DP cable. Had many. It was a bad cable. LED lights on the board for diag. It'd be weird though if it was a bad cable but only on a certain GPU. Like, that's not really an issue I've seen before.
Yeah.
Use this PC to design the next CPU, yeah. Please get more storage for that. PC, 1 terabyte is a start. Yeah, but I mean, you can always wait till you fill it up. Adding storage on is always really easy. Currently trying to find a family mystery. My great-grandpa, I only have a name. Oh, dang. I got an archivist helping me. Oh, that's really cool. Dang. I mean, because it's Europe, there probably is, like, very detailed records going pretty far back. We were talking about the earthquake earlier. Did you see how the elephants at the zoo reacted? It was super interesting. Yeah.
What'd they do?
They, like, formed a little, like, circle around the babies, like, make sure they're safe.
Oh, that's... wow.
Animals are pretty, like, interesting in those kinds of instincts, yeah. I wonder how my dog reacted. I wasn't home. I mean, I don't know if you even felt it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. Was it felt with you? Like...
Nah, nobody at work felt it. My friend in San Diego felt it, obviously, but... But yeah, it's pretty cool. Other than I think a couple little rock slides on the roads, no injuries. And no structural damage. Nice. For World War II, the Ally did a cool shuffle with the records of all the people with his name. Oh. I didn't even think about that, yeah. Did have a case, old cable worked on an old GPU, not new. Kid was with no PC for 3 days till new cable. Oh, dang. Tried HDMI and DP, both said the same, no HDMI signal for new device. Okay, so yeah, not the cable then. Okay, so you got no post, try 1 RAM and move video card to lower slot temporarily, 1 RAM too. Yeah, I agree with Arnold. Move it to a different slot and see if it posts on that. I've had that be the case several times where it's like actually the slot is the issue. Which is weird when it's like it works on one GPU but not the other, but it's still a good thing to kind of rule out. I'm gonna try to replace the mobile with a B550 and try the RAM sticks. I wouldn't think it would be the RAM sticks though if it worked with the other GPU and with it. doesn't have LED lights. Honestly, I was like, they don't help you out too much. You can usually tell if you're having a VGA or, you know, like... Dude, okay, so you wanna know what my birthday present was? This is like the geekiest thing ever. But I asked for this specifically.
What?
So, okay, back in the day, they had the Digimon movie, right, that they made. It released in theaters, kids saw it. It was ridiculous. It was a mashup of first three Digimon movies that happened in Japan. They, like, mixed them all to make a movie together, basically, right? And they filled it with as many jokes as possible and really awesome rock and roll music. And it was a great movie. But it's also kind of like a meme, because it's like, oh yeah, like, the American movie versus, like, the Japanese one that's, like, serious. So, this guy who runs, like, basically the biggest Digimon forum on the internet, like, launched this project to basically get those first three movies, like, properly dubbed in English with the original cast, and, like, tracked down as many people as he could to do this, and, like, release the whole thing.
Oh,
and I got it on DVD.
oh shit.
And I watched all of them, and I was just like, yes. But
Damn.
truly the nerdiest thing I think I've ever been like, yeah.
That's pretty cool. How did it get a DVD release?
They worked with, I think Toy owns it now. But yeah, like they basically just redubbed this whole thing, and it was funny too because they put bloopers on it, and I think because they know that like all the fans are like, you know, in our 30s at least now, there's some pretty funny ones. Like, but it was great.
It's pretty sick.
Highly recommend. Oh, an A board. Oh, maybe. I don't really work with like any A board, so I won't lie. I'm a little. I don't have a ton of experience working on those ones. Fill up the whole gardens now. Watermelons will be exciting. I'm actually like pretty nervous because my zucchinis I feel like are just about to bloom, and I'm looking at all the blooms, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I have enough room for this. Oh no. I'm pretty sure I watched one episode of Digimon. It's honestly, if I was trying to watch it today, having not watched it, like go back and watch the first series in the English dub, I'd have a pretty hard time. I think it's mostly nostalgia and then just an incredibly niche and dedicated fandom. That's not to say that it isn't good. Like, if you were to watch that and old school Pokemon, you will think that old school Digimon was great, comparatively. Was the guest a gamer too? I don't know. That was my first time meeting him.
I've never seen that person.
Holding off on mowing the garden. Yeah, I should be mowing this weekend, but the grass hasn't grown tall enough, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I should be watering more. Just get goats way easier than any plants. No, I like plants. I'm not saying that I don't like goats, but I don't think my neighborhood would allow me to have goats. Oh, you will be the local zucchini dealer. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to be the kind of person who's just constantly giving you, like, produce, because I'm like, please, please take this. I do really love zucchini, though. Like, if anyone could deal with a lot of zucchini, I'm a pretty good candidate for it. I have this one meal that I make from 3 zucchinis. And you just basically mush the whole thing down and you cook it over 4 hours till it's just a mush. But you know what? I bet you it's really great for your colon. 650, 5600 eggs, thank you to buy 8x4 RAM, 256, 1 tera, hard disk drive. Actually, 2, what do you think? I mean, I guess you can still kind of get away with 8 gigs, but that's a little low. And the hard disk drive. Oof. But you've got the M.2, so it's fine. So really an AIO if I'm cloud gaming. I have the AMD stock cooler on my 5700G. The stock cooler's fine for the 5700G. It might get a little warm under there, but it's not going to be an issue. That's not a very hot chip. Unless you are using the onboard graphics. But if you've got a dedicated graphics card, I wouldn't worry about it. What do you think pairing with RTX 3070 and 8500F? I think it's fine. Yeah, no issues there. Pretty solid. Also, the PC has an AIO. I don't think you really need an AIO on the 5600X. I mean, you can though if you like the looks. I'm gonna try chicken chorizo kiwi pizza. I'm weird, I've been told. I mean, I eat it. I'm not very picky though with it. I'll be, yeah, okay. As long as I'm not allergic to it. Is there any like support team for Sky Gaming I can reach out to if I need more help? Yes. If you got a Skytech PC, you can call our customer support. But obviously, if it's one that you built yourself, like, can't really help you.
Did you hear that?
I did.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Sorry, there's a lot of background noise.
Personal phone while he's gaming.
My who?
I don't really know when you game. I feel like if I called you on your personal phone, I would just be like, hey.
Hey, I'm Star Wars.
Hey, yeah.
Nah, dude, I've actually been getting out kind of early
Dang.
nowadays. Yeah, you know, economic crash has its upsides. It's been nice.
Well, I'm not looking forward to another Coachella Thursday crawl home. Ooh. Luckily, Friday wasn't bad because everyone's already there. Like, if Lady Gaga's on stage, no one's in traffic, you know, going east.
So it's Thursday that's the bad day.
Yeah. Friday is just regular Friday traffic, which is also bad.
This weekend, right?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga does Thursday?
No. She was Friday, I want to say. Yeah. Bundle of zucchini as a surprise bonus with each PC. That'd be so funny. If I had so much, I'd start giving them away in PCs. I want the flowers in the lawn to bloom fully. Oh, that'd be pretty. You can always freeze zucchini. That is true, yeah. But I use it in a lot of things. I, like that mush thing I talk about. Circle dinner. It's one of the circles. On the grill, cut it like lengthways, and then you put some little, you know, serrations in it. Olive oil, so it gets into the serrations. Salt and pepper, and then you throw it on the grill, and then you flip it, and you throw it on the grill again, and it's like a steak, a zucchini steak.
Oh.
Yeah, very good. And there's always zoodles. I never really liked zoodles, but I could easily make zoodles to eat a pesto that I made out of the basil I'm growing. Like, wouldn't that be crazy? I'm hoping to eventually just never have to buy any food again.
You got some cows back there too?
I'll no, that's too much. But maybe some quail. Completely forgot to ask when I was here earlier. The pre-roll I got no longer exists on the site. I should be fine since I got the order in already, or should I get in contact with customer support?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you got the order in already and they haven't contacted you, you're totally good. 5060 Ti, 16 gigabytes looks good. Yeah, we haven't gotten them in yet at the lab or anything, so I don't know anything about them yet, but I'd be excited to bench it, to see.
Alright, folks. So this is done. It is finished. It's complete.
It is gorgeous. Love that. Oh, wow. Alright, folks. Well, this PC is done. It is going to go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers it needs out of the box. It's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, and thank you for ordering with us.
Thank you, thank you.
Lovely PC! I love the serious loops, I'm genuinely obsessed with it. You did a beautiful job, thank you so much! Yeah, this thing's gonna dominate for a long time. All beef, no potato. Truly, truly. Alright. Let's queue up the next one. Arctica. Let's see if I can clean this up a bit. Make some room. Make some room for your builds. What if I took off the word Wi-Fi? Wait, I didn't know it has Wi-Fi. What if I take off RTX? Okay, now I made too much. Well, Wi-Fi, come back. Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah. Squash and zucchini every year and never eat it. Always end up giving to my mom in bundles. I mean, as long as it goes to somebody. Are we hiding eggs inside a PC this year for Easter, or hiding them throughout the warehouse?
Too expensive.
Yeah. Probably neither. We grew zucchini one year and it totally threw the local zucchini market out of whack. We were the ones who took all the neighbors' excess zucchini, and now we had excess zucchini. Dang. Grow some tromboncino squash. Zucchini cake is great. Ooh, oh, and zucchini bread, yeah. This thing will be good till 2030 easily. How do you feel about the Switch 2 prices, games, and systems? I mean, I think it's pretty expensive, but it's one of those things where it's probably just going to lead to me buying the Switch later and buying fewer games. But I do think they're gonna get me, because eventually they're gonna release the new Pokemon, and I'm a sucker. That being said, they're still coming out with really good stuff for the original Switch, so I'm good for a while. Like, when Tomodachi Life comes out, like, peace. You'll know where I'll be, on the couch. Can't believe how fast you did that. It looks amazing and so well put together. Thank you, thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
he's the pro. I just think they were always the more affordable gaming system. Not true at all anymore. Yeah, Juan brought up a good point where it's like, oh, I feel bad for the kiddo who's gotta, like, you know, convince their mom to get the $80 game. Like, rough. Use flour to sell for bread. Expensive but worth it. Noted. I'm still kind of just dipping a toe into baking, so that's good. I need good advice. I'm playing Pokemon Platinum now. Nice.
Would you like bad advice?
What's bad advice?
I don't know.
You want some bad advice? Go to sleep with wet hair.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I thought I was okay because I looked at myself like I was like, oh, this is good. And then I was in the bathroom washing my hands. I turned slightly, and there's like one hair that's just like you know, like a bit of hair that's just like a full-on L block. And I was like, oh dang. Yeah, I'm waiting for the OLED version regardless. And oh man, the Gen 4 Legends games look amazing. Yeah. I can't wait for Legends. That's what I'm excited for. That's what I'm saying. I was like, eventually there's gonna be a game that's gonna make me, you know, buy the Switch too. But I don't know. I'm very frugal these days, and I need to weigh things.
What game will come for your device this year?
Pokemon.
Really?
I can't get it on any.
Pokemon?
I can't get it on any other system. You know what I mean?
Legends too, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be on Switch. But I'm just saying, like the next mainline Pokemon game. Yeah, they're gonna get me with that. Yeah.
Did you even play Scarlet?
Yeah.
No.
Not very long, because I was like, this is kind of shit. I need to go back to it, because I'm sure that they patched it. But I've been itching for more Pokemon, so I probably will. Sorry, YouTube. I was ignoring you while I was catching up on Twitch. Y'all are having an interesting conversation. Why not go to sleep with wet socks? Ugh, uncomfy. Ugh.
Why would you ever do that?
As a
Sounds like
challenge?
torture.
I don't know, man. These days I
For
feel
the
like I
culture.
probably could.
Torture.
For the culture.
Wait, what culture does that?
You wouldn't understand. You're not part of the
Yeah, you're
culture.
just not cultured, bro. For the culture.
It's just like when your socks get wet and then your bed gets wet and your feet get
You
wet.
might get sick.
I kind of feel though if you went to bed with
Yeah, you
wet
could also
socks,
get
you'd
sick.
probably pee yourself. It's probably one of those things where like
What?
the brain's like, I'm in water.
Is that what you do every time you're in water?
No. I'm saying, do you remember the like, oh, you go to a sleepover and you
Oh,
put someone's
they put
hand
their
in
hand-
water? Yeah, they'll pee. Which first off, why would you
I
want to
don't
deal
know
with
if
that?
that. Why?
I don't know if it either, because like literally, I mean, like, what's funny? It's like it's on someone else's carpet. Gotta wake their mom and be like, hi. I played 2 Pokemon games in my life, Fire Red and Platinum. I mean, not bad choices. When they did Fire Red and Leaf Green, perfection. Pokemon was never better. To me, someone who started on Red and Blue. Washing your hands, always wash the cups of your t-shirt also. Oh, I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were busy with the zucchini there. I was, I'm sorry. It's a big hobby of mine. What y'all think of the 5060 Ti? I was like, no words, basically. Haven't tested it yet. When I do, though, I'll let you guys know. Is it worth the upgrade from a 4060? Probably not. Usually, like, if you were going to like a 5070, I'd say yeah, but. Oh, perfect. Yeah, you were just in time. We just got the motherboard here. You are good. All the really exciting things happen now.
Yeah. Welcome in.
I can like only vaguely hear the like jazz music, and it's really got me being like. I can't play Pokemon on a stationary platform, PC or console. It needs to be handheld, and best of all, like train or other Pokemon. I agree, but I'm gonna be honest. I basically only ever played my Switch in handheld mode. Like the Switch Lite would have been perfect for me, but it didn't exist at the time. I love a handheld. If a game plays well on a handheld, no better platform to me. It's like if I can just like be a ball playing, or like I'm camping. Oh my gosh, so fun. Is it just me, or when you're getting old, 34, certain food tastes better cold? Huh. I don't know. I'm weird about temperatures on food, but I'm kind of the opposite. Like, I have very little tolerance for when like when you microwave leftovers and like you get to a part that's colder than the rest. That's like, why did I even wake up? You know?
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, I think food that I like better cold.
Definitely pizza.
No.
Yes, it's the best. I'd say some pizza even tastes better cold.
I don't know. I'm also, yeah, so I guess I'm the opposite. Because I also don't like like I had a cake this weekend, right? I had to take it out of the fridge several hours before I ate it because I cannot stand when cake is cold. Like fridge cold. I don't know why, it freaks me out.
Ooh, right out the fridge is not good, but.
Hold on, is this the first or second one on the stream? Second one.
Second.
2 of 2. Me and a buddy rode the train just to play handheld multiplayer together. That is such a European thing, man. Like, the American mind. But we treat our public transit like a punishment. Oh, that sounds so cool, actually. Like, imagine just you and your buddies being like, yeah, meet me on the train. Like, what?
If only. If only.
Salad, cereal, sandwiches, coleslaw, pickles. Yeah, I eat a warm pickle though too. I guess it's that I'll eat basically anything warm. Slow to the stream then. It's all good. We're still cooking. So you hate ice cream? I do like ice cream. I like ice cream and I like cold water. That's about it though. Why is he taking out the fans? He's gonna put different ones in.
Yeah, it's really cooler going.
Mm-hmm. So, you remove those ones, put the AIO in the front, and then you just move them to the back. We got the Germany ticket, where all public transport is 1 ticket, 49 euros per month. Jeez. I wish New York City subway wasn't a public toilet. A 20 years old system needs major power wash. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, even the places where we have pretty good public transportation, it's not savory. Do you like melted coffee? No, but I also don't like coffee. I'm very weird. I really enjoy a strong water. And like a lemonade every once in a while. Not even a big soda drinker, really. Water for the win. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like nothing hits like a nice ice cold water. Now here's the thing though, I'm picky about water. Like I went over to a friend's house and I was drinking their water and like, at first I was like, oh, it feels like maybe like a tinge of something got into this. Like, yeah, like it tastes a little oniony. No man, that was just how it tasted coming out of the pipes and I was like, I can never drink when I'm here. Too obsessed with freedom that you can't stand not driving your own car. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's basically it. Yeah. Not only that, I don't even like driving when I'm not driving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like being in the car when I'm not driving. That's how much control I need to have over everything. Wait until you're, you know, a licensed teenager to have a social life. Man, y'all should really see some of the suburbs that we have out here in the Inland Empire. Some of them are like what I would call the picture-perfect epitome of like suburban sprawl. Like going to the big box stores in some places, you're just like, wow. You have a car made by a brand that's owned by Ford. I do not, actually. I've got a Korean car and a Japanese car. An onion or garlic taste in tap water is usually due to sulfur compounds, particularly hydrogen sulfide, which can be produced by anaerobic bacteria in the water system. This can occur in wells, water heaters, or even the pipes of the home. Were they on well water? Yep, they were on well water. Now that you mention it, they totally were. Interesting. Yeah. It got me like kind of scared because I was like, man, before I buy a house, I really got to be like, can I taste the water?
I closed the doors and they both popped off, so they.
There gotta be more to life. Go to school, grow up, go to work, pay bills, have kids, psycho peeps. What in life was different? Sometimes you go outside and you see a pretty flower or a bird flies overhead and you feel fantastic. But that's about, yeah, that's, yeah. We tried horseback riding. It gives you the illusion of control, but might choose deny property. I actually did used to horseback ride when I was younger. And yeah, always scary when they start to buck. Phew. But yeah, eventually I had a horse who, at first when we acquired her, she was not a good horse, but then became a really good horse. After that, you could pretty much control her. You go make a house in the woods and live your whole life fishing, hunting, and farming. I do that in Red Dead 2. Hey, dab me up, man. Same. I feel like that's like 80% of the reason I play Red Dead, is just to like live out this fantasy of like, and I'm just living in the woods. Everything I have is on a pack on my horse. For some reason I get money.
For some reason.
And if I get killed by a cougar, I just respawn. Instead of a car, just get a horse. I mean, I used to live close to this town that really tried to integrate like living with horses into the town. And they had riding trails along all the streets. And that was pretty cool. But from all my experience with horses, I wouldn't necessarily want to be riding in that town because there's a lot of people who just don't understand that you can't just like rev that bad boy right next to the horse. Like, it will spook.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you ever see horses actually slow down for them, it's very polite.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
What?
You got the door tree?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing.
I don't know. I know it's a little out of line. Is that what you mean?
What's up, man? Yeah, because when I went to close them, and they both popped up.
Okay.
And then Angel came and, yeah.
Tried Arc a few years ago. I played Arc 2 for a hot minute. I never really got into the swing of things. I'd get like kind of good, and then I'd venture off into the forest to like try and get dinosaurs or whatever, and I would just get killed. Also, I really hated how you kind of just spontaneously pooped. So I'd be like in the house, and it would just be like, pfft, and I'm like, what? On my floor? Not based.
Not based.
Try since it's on Game Pass. My suggestion is don't play with other people unless you don't have a job. It's one of those things where the server's always live, so people will come and mess with your stuff. Yeah, no, I always played it solo. Burn that house and start a new one. You guys, oh well, yeah, we were talking about this earlier. I was like, oh yeah, you guys still playing Repo?
Mm-hmm. Pretty fun.
from you guys for about 2 weeks now. Love it so much. Thanks for the rig. You were very welcome. Who cares? You're very welcome.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, glad it's treating you right. Try maybe 1K hours and we played solo. Sometimes I feel so lonely. Oh, I don't know. I play most games like solo because even though I have friends and they video game, finding friends who play the same video game seems to be impossible. And then even if they do, getting them to want to meet up in a game is like pulling teeth. So yeah. I'll buy a Herman Miller chair. If I had like money and just didn't care about it, yeah. Yeah, probably. But too steep. Yeah, I've been waiting on a buddy to play Repo with for that exact reason, yeah. Like, I don't live close to my friends anymore, so, you know, you'd think, like, oh, video games would be a really good way for us to all kind of still, you know, hang out, check in with each other, and have a little fun. Nah, dude, I can't get them to agree on a game either. I was like, hey, we should all play Fortnite. Like, we'll just literally mess around, whatever, and just chat the whole time, just shoot the shit. Oh no, I can never play Fortnite. Okay, sure, whatever. I'm sure that other children will think you're so cool for that opinion or whatever, but like, literally, who cares? Okay, well then let's play Overwatch. Oh, no, I can never play Overwatch. There's another one, you know, with an issue with Overwatch, and it's like, shut up. It's just a game. And then someone will suggest something and it's like the most niche, obscure thing ever that you have no interest in, and you're just like, ugh. It's the most expensive thing you bought while building your gaming setup, and later was like, I didn't need that. Oh, that's a good question. Shoot, headphone holder.
That was expensive?
Yeah. When I could have probably just hung it on, like, you know, the monitor. Yeah. It also had RGB.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Some of us are gamers, okay? Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, man. I kinda just want it to be Sunday already. I want to see the next episode of The Last of Us.
You think they'll do it in that one?
I hope. I don't know. I don't really want them messing with the formula too much to the point where it's like, well, you know, we tried to tell it in a different way. Because it's like, what if that doesn't work? Also, they kind of can't. Like, the rest of the story is, man, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Waiting for mine to get back from repairs. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sure it's on its way. Or, you know, they're working on it. Y'all watched Invincible? No. I want, okay, Juan has.
I've seen it. Pretty good.
I wanted to, but I feel like I need to read the comics first. Just because worked in a comic shop for years, so I feel like I always need to watch it after I read the comics. Because there's so many things that have been adapted from comics that I watch and I'm like, this is shit compared to the comics. But other people think it's like great. So like, I don't want to be like, this is really good to read the comic and just be like, oh, wow. That was so watered down compared to this. Agreed. There's no need to make fun of someone else's game of choice. It's so unnecessary and doesn't add or take away from your ability to enjoy the game. Thank you! This is the same friend, though, who also was like, oh, I'll never watch Arcane because it's attached to League of Legends. And I was like, I know you think that you're doing something here, bud, but like, you're really kind of just depriving yourself of like some pretty good media that I know you would like because I know you. But okay. Okay, bro. Sure. We all think you're so cool. Like, what a weird hang-up. And like, I don't care, man. I had a lot of fun in Fortnite, actually. I played with other adults in my squad, and we had a lot of fun. Most of the time we were just fishing. Excuse me for thinking that might be kind of fun. How's the MSI GeForce RTX 3060 Ventus 2X 12GB OC on Amazon? Almost $500 Canadian. That is madness. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know the like equivalent of Canadian to US, but yeah, I think people with other, you know, GPUs going up in price, people start, you know, trickling all the other ones up a bit too to take advantage of people who are like, well, I guess I'll settle for a lesser card. It's annoying. What kind of monitors do you guys use? AOC? LG, yeah.
Life's good.
Life's good. Actually, it's for Lucky Gold stuff. But, yeah. Bar trivia, man. I'm ready for it. I'll be honest, I used to play Fortnite with this one friend. I got tired of it. He kept telling me, let's play, but I tell him I'm tired of Fortnite. Yeah, that's fair. But, like, you know, you played it with him. You gave it a shot. And I'd get it if we were playing it, and after a while, they were like, yeah, I'm just not feeling this. That's cool. It's totally fair. But, like, not even wanting to try something, like... And even not wanting to try something, I understand. But, like, why do you gotta make it, like, such a weird, like... insulting thing? I got you, bud.
Appreciate it.
I don't know, it reminds me of like this one time when my friend was like, a mutual friend was like, hey, aren't you guys watching the fight? You know the one. And I wasn't, so I was just like, no, and then my friend chimed in with like, this is why society, like this, not only am I not watching it, but this is why it is bad and you are bad for watching it, like a giant like thing. And it was just like, you know, you could just said no, like,
yeah,
like I get it, you're totally like, you know, entitled to your feelings about all that, but like, if homie asked, he's probably gonna watch it. Like, you didn't have to just like,
society.
you didn't have to just like totally poop on something he was like kind of excited for in that way. You can just be like, no, I've got a lot of personal feelings about it. Period, comma, pause, send.
Pause.
And then if he was like, well, elaborate. I don't know. It was just kind of like, okay, that was kind of like mean.
Doesn't like Jake Paul, huh?
it was
Was it
and
that
again,
one?
like he, yeah.
Oh,
like,
that was a wild ass guess.
And like again, he was entitled to his beliefs as a feeling, but like you know, when someone's excited for something, I'm not gonna be like.
Right.
They were just asking, like it was just a little harsh. Hello, I have a question. Is this a good build for fur gaming? I guess for like first time gaming. i7 7700, GTX 970, 4GB, 24GB of DDR4. 24GB of DDR4 is like kind of throwing me off because that's good. The thing that's throwing me off is the 770 or 770. The 7700 is a pretty old chip. I'm not gonna lie. It'll still get the job done on a lot of stuff, but it's pretty old. We're on 15th generation Intel right now, and that's 7th gen. And the GTX 970,
Very old.
yeah, very old, not a good GPU. Yeah, so if that's like the specs of something that you're looking at buying, I wouldn't recommend buying it.
Unless it's like
Mm-hmm.
$100.
Will it run Rust, Scum GTA 6? No, absolutely not. At best, it will run them. It will not run them well. You will have a lot of... the graphics will not look good. You will have to turn them way the heck down, and you'll probably still have lag. For sale for $280, I can see why.
Nah, not worth it.
Yeah, it could be, like, here's the thing. It might be the thing that you can afford, but that doesn't mean it's going to be able to do the things that you want it to do. Appreciate the information. Yeah, no worries. A lot of there's a lot of gaming PCs out there for, like, pretty cheap prices, and the reason that they're cheap prices is because they're using really outdated hardware. But especially if you want to play GTA 6 with that, I wouldn't bet on that running it at all. 7700 was still 4 cores back then, yeah. 8 threads, though. I think. I'm pretty sure it had hyper-threading.
Yeah, it had hyper-threading.
Dude, there's no way. If 4060 and 3060 are ridiculously priced, how much will it be the freaking 5060? I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I wish I could give like a bit more of a solid answer as far as like what GPU prices are gonna do, but unfortunately we're just like at the will of the markets right now.
Do the OEMs even know?
I don't think so. It's a GPU for 200 USD with better performance. I'm gonna upgrade my 1050 Ti to like a 4060 or a 3060. I don't know which one is more worth it. I don't want to overpay for something that is just a little better. Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, I do think the 4060 might be a better option unless you can get the 3060 with the higher VRAM. But I think only the 3060 Ti is the higher VRAM. And also make sure when you're shopping the 3060 that you're not getting the 6GB version instead of the 8GB version, because they did make a 6GB version. Or maybe it's a 6GB version of the 3050. I'm trying to remember, but double check VRAM when comparing two. Yeah, I was just looking at it, but not too savvy on computers. I can Google stuff, and that's about it. Yeah, totally understandable. So here's some things, like some tips. The Intel stuff can be confusing, especially because they'll be like, oh, it's got an i7 or an i9. Totally ignore that number. What you want to focus on is the numbers that come after that. So 7700, that means 7th generation, 700. So it's in the 700 series of that generation. So there's like the 900 and the 700. The 600, the 400, the 100, basically, and all of those. Some of the really old ones didn't have a 900 series. Don't worry about that. So when you see an Intel CPU specifically, if it's a 7700, that is going to be older than like a 9700. And even something like a 12400 is a better option most of the time than a 7700, because 12 is 5 generations like newer than the 7700, for example. So like I said, we're on 15th generation right now. They're called Core Ultra. If that's like the price range you're looking at, you're probably not going to be finding any of those. So 14th gen would probably be like the most recent of that, 13th and 12th. If you can find a cheap one that's running, I would say even any 12th gen Intel CPU, that's a good bet, because you'll have some good upgradability on that path. 12th gen allows you to upgrade to 13th and 14th gen, because they share the same form factor, basically. So if you could find like even like a 12100F, that would be like fantastic. For AMD, AM4 is still really viable. So anything even from like the 3000 series, it's like a 3600 or a 2600 from AMD also would be fantastic. Even a 1600 if it's that 6-core one, not a bad option. But yeah, super confusing, and I feel like they make it confusing on purpose so that people can sell you PCs that aren't actually that good, and take advantage of people not knowing much. So what you look for in CPU and newer version. So yeah. The other things to do, so like if you're seeing two and you don't really know the difference between the two CPUs, look up those CPUs and you're going to compare basically two things of note. One is going to be core count. So if something, more cores better, essentially. If it's a 6 core and you're comparing it with a 4 core, the 6 core has more cores, generally better. But the other thing you want to check is clock speeds. Now, some of the Intel ones will have like an efficiency and a boost clock. The boost clock is what you're actually going to want to be looking at. But obviously, bigger number better in that. So if you're looking at a CPU and they both, like let's say they both have 4 cores, and one has a boost clock of 3.8 gigahertz and the other one has a boost clock of 3.4 gigahertz. The 3.8 with the similar core count is the better chip in that regard. That's probably the most simple way to look at it. If you're looking for future upgradability in it, then you gotta take a few more other things into account, but yeah. That's probably like, fire hose of information, but if you stick to those kinds of principles, you'll have a much easier time. No price range, just not trying to spend a lot on something I probably won't use that much. Yeah, I totally get that. And you actually might be able to find some good deals out there, especially if you're even open to, like, maybe even the secondhand market. Sometimes people are getting rid of some pretty good stuff for a good deal. Or some stuff that's, like, outdated, but it's not so outdated that it's unusable. Whereas the thing that you posted before, I would consider that near unusable. Ryzen 5 2600, 16 gigs of RAM, 1 gig RX 470 better. Yes, the RX 470 is a pretty bad GPU, but everything else in that machine is actually really good. I think a 2600 is still a solid CPU. 16 gigs of RAM is right where you want to be. 16 gig SSD, or no, 1 gig, I'm guessing it's a 1 terabyte SSD. Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah. GPU's not going to be great on that, but the CPU on that's a good one. So if you were maybe playing more CPU intensive games, or older games especially, or if you were down to upgrade that GPU in like a year or so to something a little bit better, maybe spend $400 on that. If that sounds like something that's like doable to you, that could definitely be a good kind of base to go off of. But if that doesn't sound like, I don't want to do that, I don't have to worry about buying a new GPU later on, then probably pass. Priced at $300, that's not bad. Yeah, like I said though, that GPU is basically useless. Like, not entirely useless, but...
better than a 9070.
It's better than the 9070, that is
970,
true, yeah. Yeah, not the 9070, 970.
970, yeah.
Yeah, GPUs unfortunately are even more difficult to be like, yeah, here's a good rule of thumb. Because they're all named stupid things. And I stand by that.
And they're not getting any better. Thank you, AMD.
I want to buy something ready to go. Sorry for all the questions. That's all good. Yeah, I would say when you're looking for like something with a GPU, I would say look for something that, if you can find something that has a GPU from like the 3000 series of NVIDIA, so like 3050 even, 3060, or even like a 2060, 2060 Super, 1660 Super would at least put you in a better place. Or a Radeon card like a 6600 or 6700, 6700 XT, 6600 XT, those are good ones. Or even like an Intel Arc card. Maybe not the A380, but A750, fantastic. Yeah. Computers, why are they so confusing? Why do they name them these things? Does the 3070 have more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM? No. I want to run most of my games on ultra settings 1080p. Not the highest bar to clear. coming months, I'm going to order a smaller PC from you guys, and I want you and Juan to sign the inside of the case.
Hell yeah.
I don't feel like building another one. Heck yeah, we'll do it then. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Totes. In fact, if you're looking at a smaller PC, like in a small case, we might be offering one soon. I'll keep you posted. What settings or software for setup performance security are you using on new computers? Okay, so basically we give you a pretty bloat-free system, which is pretty nice. I think the only software that we really bundle with it comes with Signal RGB to help you control the RGB on it. But other than that, as far as like security, antivirus and all that, Windows Defender actually is fantastic. You don't need something like Norton anymore, and if you do, it'll actually slow down your computer significantly. So we just go with Windows Defender, totally free, obviously, comes on Windows. It's fantastic now. As long as you don't go around downloading anything super sketchy, you're good. There's a few settings that we set in the BIOS for, like, you know, secure boot. We make it so that all that TPM stuff is good for anti-cheat. Where's it going with this?
Pre-installed program.
Yes. But that's basically it. Mainly because, yeah, I was like, we don't want to get the kind of criticism that some of the other ones do where they, you know, put a bunch of, like, random software on your computer and bloat it up. It'll be kind of like, you know, a thin Windows install. We will have already put the drivers on it. We will have already updated the BIOS if it needs to, so everything like that will be good and ready to go. But that's pretty much it. We just make sure that, you know, you're ready out of the gate to just start downloading your games and going. Oh, the competitor. 8400 RX 580 processor, Intel i5 406 core graphics card. About this one, honestly, RX 580, like, it's old. It's definitely getting there, but it's still got some kick in it, so that's not too bad. In this case, the CPU is the big weakling. I need something to be able to travel with other than this beast 11 manly. Yeah, totally understandable. Well, thanks for answering. Yeah, everything was up to date. The Signal RGB works. Good to know about Windows Defender. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the days of having to have, yeah, it was like Norton or McAfee. Every time we get a new computer, we'd sign up for that to keep it virus-free, but like...
the McDonald's antivirus?
But we've really... They've figured it out. They've done a pretty good job. And yeah. Can't knock them for that. Because yeah, after a while it started feeling like, is Norton the virus? Like, huh. Fast graphics card or a graphics card that has a lot of VRAM to run ultra graphics settings. These days, I would say more VRAM over faster. To an extent. Obviously, if you go and buy a really old card that has more VRAM than like a 8 gig VRAM card from today, it's still gonna bench lower probably. And depends on the game. Is the game more VRAM hungry or does it need quicker rendering? Why do my 1050 Ti fans sound like they are straight up grinding when I first turn on my PC and then it goes away after like it actually boots? Weird. I mean, they're gonna kick up when you first start the PC, so it could just be that when you're running it in other situations, it's not kicking up as much as it does at boot, but that'd be pretty weird. But yeah, probably just, you know, fans kicking on because of boot. Play Forza Horizon 5, Minecraft with shaders, all on 1080p, Subnautica, and a couple other little games. Nice. Okay, in a game like Forza, yeah, higher clocks is pretty important, because things have to load pretty fast in that, but it is still VRAM hungry. I want to play FH5 at 1440p 1440p high. Do you have any GPU suggestions? 1440p high, dang. I'd probably go like 4070 Ti Super. Like for high 1440 and have it look really good. Yeah, I don't think you'd want for anything with that. 5070 you'd probably be able to get away with too. I usually say the 70 series is like perfect for 1440. Remember, do you keep the NVIDIA app, Adrenaline, or are they just the drivers? I think it's just the drivers. But I could be mistaken. I haven't burned a PC in a while. I use my TV as a monitor for gaming, and what's an RGB do? Okay, so you can use your TV for gaming if you hook it up with like an HDMI or DisplayPort, whatever goes to your TV. The thing is though, most TVs lock your frame rate. Most of them do not go up over 60 frames per second. Not all TVs, but just know that if you're like, hey, how come my frames per second, how come my FPS is so garbage? It's usually because of that. But like if you're cool with that, it is really nice to be able to play certain games on the TV. What's an RGB do? RGB is just fun lights. You just change the colors of them. It's to get you in that mood, gaming. Hey, humans love lighting, like truly. There's a whole study of it in theater, where you make the lights do things and it makes you feel a certain way. It's lovely. So it's kind of like that. Anything that gets you into that gamer spirit. Do you guys sell any gaming rigs? We absolutely do. Let me point you towards some of our cheaper ones. I'm not gonna lie, they're not gonna be as cheap as what you're looking at. But we're not selling like outdated hardware. And we're always trying to make sure that the customer's getting a good PC. But we have a pretty high standard for what a good PC is. But I'm still gonna share you a link or two, just so you kind of see what we're rocking, and you can also compare that against some of the other stuff that you're looking at. What's the cheapest? Okay. Oh, that's not a bad option at all. Okay. So this is like our cheapest one on the website currently. The thing about this is that this processor is a very good... Oh, stretch! Random clapping!
Random clapping.
Yeah, I was like, you might have already seen this. But like, here's an example of like one of our cheaper models and all this. So like, again, we don't really like to sell outdated stuff. We like to sell you a good functioning gaming PC that's going to be able to play the AAA games. So like, this is our lower end one. So I'm going to explain to you what this is. 13400F, 6 core, from 13th gen Intel. Remember I told you that we're on 15th gen? So 13th gen was only 2 generations ago. And on that same platform, you can go up to 14th gen. So there's that. And it's not a slouch, it's a really good card. Or not a card, a really good CPU. It also comes with a 3050. 3050 is, we're on the 50 series right now, right? So 2 generations back on that. 3050, again, not the most stellar card, but it blows the other cards that you were showing me out of the water. It's still one though that you might want to upgrade in the future, but it gets your foot in the door. But that's kind of what we're selling here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Crap, you guys are Skytech guys. I've seen your commercial on Facebook. LOL, I didn't even click on my head. LOL. Yeah, it's all good. What? I'm like, what commercial of ours is on Facebook? I know we have them on there, but I'm like, is it me? Am I jumping out of places again?
Probably.
When I do order, it'll be easy on one. You don't want, or at least minimal RGB. To get a gaming TV, some have it up to 120 Hz. That's true. There are some really good gaming TVs. RGB makes me feel a certain way. Frustration. They never want to work or be right all the time. That's true. That can always be annoying. Also, like, outdoor lighting at night is confusing to animals, and it messes up with their systems, and they do weird stuff. So part of me is like, what's it doing to the human? Like, is the light at night the reason why none of us can sleep?
the rectangle light that we all have.
And to hydrate before the stretch. I left my water bottle. Ah. You all give me your opinion about the Skytech Gaming Edge AMD 5700 8-core processor, 50GB DDR4, NVIDIA RTX 4060 8 gigs. Yeah, honestly solid. It's on an AM4 platform and a DDR4 platform, but AMD is still releasing new AM4 chips, so I don't really like. It's not a dead platform by any means, and there's still a lot of upgradability on it. And a lot of support for it, and especially if you want like cheaper in the used market eventually too with your upgrades, there's a ton of it out there. AM4 is solid. DDR4 was one of the most solid RAM standards we ever had. And I'm still rocking AM4 and DDR4. So yeah, that's a really good chip. The 4060, solid gaming GPU. You're gonna basically be able to play any game you throw at it. Certain game like Monster Hunter, it's gonna be a little rougher. You're not gonna be getting 80 frames on that even, but it's still gonna get you to be able to play the game. Let me say. But yeah, otherwise really solid. 32 gigs of DDR4 is kind of insane. That's a lot of RAM. That's good. I have a foot. Good for you. Oh gosh, it was me. I love the Overwatch one you did. Oh, okay, thank you. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, someone's gonna get this. You absolutely lose it. Yeah, somebody please tell my mom that I am using my degree, even though I work in computers now. What would be a step up from that build you showed me? Okay. If I wanted to get you something that I thought was like genuinely solid and not really that much more expensive, this is what I would do. Searching. Okay. Now, usually what advice I give is to go for, if you have to choose, a better GPU than a better CPU. It's always cheaper to upgrade a CPU down the line, and basically any 6-core these days, like, in modern hardware, is good enough for gaming. So, that said, let me find. Fortunately, GPUs are kind of expensive right now too, so it's one of those things where it's like, I've got to find the best compromise. Step up from that. A lot of 4060s, which I mean is a step up from that. That's not bad. It's gotta be one with like a Radeon card. Come on. Oh, that's not a bad option. What do you think, Juan?
What is it? Oh, okay.
Maybe. Okay,
Modern?
hold on. Yeah, putting a pin in that. Ooh, I would say this, but I actually have not tested this yet, so I don't know. Hold up. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I keep saying okay. I've almost decided. I don't know why the music playing is making me think of like a cruise. It's cruise music. Oh no. Okay, so here's like the options I would say that are a step up from that. That are still pretty reasonable, like not really much more expensive. Yeah, you know what? Hell yeah. Okay, here's one option. I got another one though. Hang tight for that. So here's one. That's that 5700. So again, AM4 platform, but DDR4, very solid. Still a very good platform. Solid CPU. And that 5060 Ti's, it's gonna be enough for basically any game you throw at it. I think it'll be fine for GTA 6. I'm not saying you're necessarily going to be able to play at like 1440p or on ultra settings in that, but I'm pretty sure on high you'll be fine. Other option is if you wanted... Yeah, you know what? Hell yeah. Why? Okay. This would be a little closer to that other budget you had, or like closer to the budget of the other one. This one is better GPU than the first one I showed you. To step up from that, definitely, like, literally a step up. Because 40 series, 60 series. And this CPU is on the new AMD platform, so there's going to be a lot more upgradability for that CPU in the future. As far as, like, other CPUs you'll be able to put on that motherboard. If upgrading is a thing that matters. And yeah, it's fast, it's lovely, it's a great 6-core. I'm gonna head out. Oh, see ya, killer.
See ya.
I like cruises. I've been planning for December, me and the wife. Nice.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
married into a cruise family. They, like, I get a little seasick, so I don't really like cruises. I also am just the kind of person who needs the ability to leave at any time. It's like a whole thing, but I went on a cruise with them because they were very insistent, and it was fun. But
Besides the COVID.
yeah, but they went on their I did get COVID,
Sorry.
but they recently went on their 50th cruise.
God damn.
Yeah, they love cruises. My budget would be tops 1500, maybe 1800, but that's pushing it once we get into use care numbers and there. Yeah, that's totally understandable. If your budget's 15 or 1800, there's a ton of room to play around in that. And I would say you could still get something really good without touching the top of that at all. Because also, you're probably gonna want to get a monitor for it and all that. And like, I'm here for everyone to, you know, stay within their budgets and make good financial decisions. Like, company might not want me to say that, but I want to make sure that you're okay. Like, yeah, no, this ain't a Subaru dealership. Like, I'm not gonna screw you over.
This ain't a dog
There's
dealership.
one thing you could do, Subaru, to get me to stop making these disparaging comments. You know. Between being water-cooled ones and non-water-cooled. So water-cooled is basically, they're usually using AIOs. AIOs are necessary for the hottest CPUs. I've yet to find an air cooler that adequately competes with a 360mm AIO. That's one that has like the 3 fans on it, on the radiator. Air coolers though can still be very sufficient and are usually good. Like, nothing ever really happens to an air cooler. Love that about it. But there's a certain limit of CPU that you can put it on before it's like, okay, this thing is just too hot for this. But depending on the CPU, an air-cooled one, like, love it. Also, people like the liquid-cooled ones because it looks cool. If you like RGB, it's pretty fun. Cruise family? Isn't Tom Cruise? Yeah. You didn't know I married into Tom Cruise's family? Yeah. They love cruises. That's like their thing, so go off. I created a shot, so I go through a rent-to-own store that carries Skytech or can order from them. I have a Blaze Skytech gaming CPU. It still works awesome. Bought it 5 years ago. Nice.
Cool.
Air cooler fine for sub 150 watt CPUs. Yeah, exactly. Most AM4. You can get away with just a nice tower cooler on it. It's those 13th and 14th gen Intels that are the i7s and the i9s. Those ones need an AIO. Those things are so hot. Whew. You technically can leave a cruise anytime, LOL. Yeah. Fix your car. Oh yeah. Did you fix your car? The Subs?
Yes, it's been fixed.
Nice.
Why did I get a strike?
I don't. To be honest, the EU is a G for looking out for tech consumers. Yeah.
I didn't get screwed on the purchase of it. I just got screwed on the everything else.
That 15th gen Intel will be like 12th gen again, because 12th gen was like the last lineup of Intel processors that were actually good, and I had this overheating problem. Yeah, well, I can say of the Ultras that like, yeah, they're cooler than 14th gen especially. I still feel like it could be cooler though, so I'm hoping to see the next gen that they do kind of refine it. This is the first one on this new platform, so like, you know, letting it breathe and do its stuff, but yeah. I don't want to see things getting hotter again. Dust bunnies out of it every month, yeah. Also, big taco truck, if you do end up buying anything from Skytech, you can use my affiliate code Kelsey, K-E-L-S-E-Y. That'll get you a tiny bit knocked off of it. Just, you know, if you need to make anything a little more affordable. But definitely, like, look at some of my options, think about some stuff I said, feel free to, like, you know, research with other companies and all that, like, we're not going anywhere.
For now.
Yeah. I want you to make a good informed decision that you feel comfortable with too. Not like a Subaru dealership. Sorry.
No, I mean, you are entitled to that.
LJ 1851 Core Ultra 9 285K. Are they good? Yeah, they're pretty good. The one thing about it is that they're cooler than the 14900K. But if you bench it, it benches about the same, if not a little worse than the 14900K. So it's that trade-off, you know what I mean? You don't get the absolute blazing heat. You're still gonna have to put a 360 on it, like, won't lie to you on that. But yeah, you're not really getting better benching than you would on a 14900K. I do think it does better on like certain AI tasks. I think that was like kind of the point of it, but couldn't really say. Do you still sell the Nebula? I don't know, I think we might have phased it out. Have you seen Nebula any?
Didn't we just see Nebulas?
Did we? What do I know, man? I'm just in this box
What
all
the?
day.
You, what? Yes, we I'm pretty sure we still saw Nebulas.
I recently tested the Nebula 2 case, though, like, months ago. Is that not happening?
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Good. I wasn't too big on the case.
Oh, no? Oh.
I mean, I just really love the Nebula, so it's like, I just didn't feel like it was the worthy, you know, predecessor.
Yeah.
Is it cheaper to buy a pre-built or have one custom built? Ooh, that's a good question.
These days, I don't even know myself.
Yeah. I mean, it never hurts to maybe, you know, build out a few things in the custom builder and just kind of compare prices. Yeah, but I would say typically the pre-builds tend to be a bit cheaper just because we have to move those SKUs. Because they're already built, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, they might have a little bit more pressure to lower the price on something to have it move faster. We also might have a coupon or two on the website, so keep your eyes peeled for that. What?
Peeled.
Keep them peeled. Can I ask a question? How good are your builds? Do you guys have a lot of returns or issues? No, not really. We have a really good customer service. So, like, that's the thing I would rely on more than anything. Because the thing is, hardware works up until it doesn't. And when it doesn't, you want to make sure that you can get in contact with people and that they're going to do right by you. So, one of the things that we do that not necessarily every other SI does is that if something's wrong with your PC, we pay for the return label to have it shipped back. Which, pro tip, hold on to that box for a while. You just never know. Other SIs will sometimes make you pay to send it back to them. So, that's something that we offer that people may not know about because it's not like it's advertised. But we're pretty good about that. And yeah, I would say our customer service team is really awesome. They're upstairs. They're some of the best. You guys keep serial numbers on all computers made at Skytech? Yes. Are they more power efficient? And what about their heat output? Yeah, they don't pull as many watts. I think about 280 watts at most. Which is good when I remember seeing like 370 watts pulled when 13th gen was brand new. But yeah, they're still hot, but they're not as hot. I'd say my CPU motherboard cost me around like 400, 450 Canadian, and just thinking that my GPU alone I want is that much more money is insane. I know. Yeah. Don't feel the need to go and get, you know, top of the line GPU. Oh, there's a lot of stuff below that that's still totally viable. Didn't hear what you said about it. More expensive to have PC built than a pre-built. Oh, yeah, I couldn't really tell you because that sometimes variables. I would maybe build out a thing or two on the custom builder and just compare it with a pre-built of a similar make and just kind of see what makes more sense.
Check out PC part picker and whatnot.
Hey, look at that.
This build is done. And it's finished. It's complete.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that like the Marco's pizza. It's Marco's. Yeah. Alright, this PC is done. It's gonna go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need is out of the box. It's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers. You're good to go. We're also gonna stress test this, make sure the components work and work under load. And when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it. Arctica. Because it's gonna be headed your way. And thank you so much for ordering with us.
Thank you.
Lovely PC. Nice. Wanna do a little night mode maybe? For the end of the stream. No more Druid Sandstorm. Alright folks, well, that was our last build. What? That means we're done with the build stream. We'll be back on Friday. Right, yeah?
Maybe.
We might be back on Friday. If not, we'll see you on Wednesday. Until then, everybody, have a great rest of your week. Play some video games and eat lots of vegetables. Goodbye, y'all!
Bye.